I want to bring in Dr. Mansoor Soomro. He's investigating this question of how long appliances last these days. He lectures on sustainability at Teesside University. So, Dr. Soomro, tell us what it is that you have found then about the lifespan of electrical goods these days.
Thank you, Winifred, for having me.
You're welcome.
I research on the sustainability of large household appliances, white goods as we call them. So what we see is that the lifespan of the modern household appliances is going down. So it's getting shorter. In simple terms, what it means is that they are not lasting as long as they should. Now, when we look at the research, what we see is that one of the reasons is the sophisticated manufacturing that we're talking about these days. So as more and more technology comes in, we're talking about more touch screens, we're talking about more circuits, we're talking about more computerized parts. So what this means is that, number one, the number of components in modern household appliances is increasing. And number two is that by the way of design, it's getting more complicated. That's one reason. The second reason is the planned obsolescence. It's a practice of designing products to become obsolete in mid or short term. So what this means is that if we look at the data that is already published, what we see is that in the last 10 years, consumer spending on household appliances has gone up by 80%.
But could that just mean they're buying more stuff? Because prices have come down. We've got more appliances than we used to have.
Winfred, in terms of the shorter lifespans is that in the last decade, which is 10 years, the lifespan has gone down by 20 to 30%. And these are already published figures. So what this means is that, for example, if I have an electric cooker that I purchased in 2011, the lifespan for that was targeted to be 16 years, that it will last for 16 years. Now, 10 years from that, if I purchase it in 2022, the lifespan is 13 years, so 3 years down. And again, it depends on the make, model, and the rigor of the items that we're talking about. But overall, what we are looking at is that the lifespan is getting shorter of large household appliances internationally.
So the right to repair laws came in the summer of 2021, and the expectation was that the availability of spare parts would give appliances a longer life. I realise it's not long ago for researchers like you, 2021, but is there any evidence that it's happening?
We tried to investigate this, and what we see is that, it's a simple question, and it's just like the caller that you mentioned at the start, that we understand the frustration. So, for example, why is repair cost more expensive? And why is it that, purchasing a new item as a replacement sounds to be a more commercially sound decision? And when we look at it, the first reason is the manufacturing that, it's integrated components, sealed components. So it's difficult to repair a certain component within a sealed component. That's one. Number two is it's difficult to troubleshoot in terms of repairs these days, in terms of the modern household appliances. The third reason is that the labor cost of skilled technicians is also too high. So it's easy to mass manufacture items, but it's not easy and it's more costly to repair items on a customized basis and to do the troubleshooting, which includes the spare part that you were mentioning. In terms of the costings, we also have to consider that, for example, in terms of the repairs, when a customer calls the manufacturer or the retailer, so there are three fees that comes in. One is the call out fee. The other one is the part replacement fee, which is the spare parts that you're talking about. The third is the labor cost that is connected with it. So overall, this equation is a bit complex, and it's not easy to troubleshoot and to repair a certain item, especially when talking about the modern households.
And Dr. Mansoor Soomro from Teesside University, and hopefully we'll have you back, Dr. Soomro, when you do publish those findings, and we can talk about it again. Lots of appetite for talking about it, loads of emails about it. I'll just read you a couple. This one from Andrew. I bought a Sharp carousel microwave in 1987 when microwaves were really dear. Only one or two plastic parts and two bulbs have had to be replaced in all that time. I'm so sad now that I can't get the spares. Superb build quality, still going strong. Stan in Tottenham had my last electric cooker for 28 years, inherited from the people I bought my flat from. However, my 3-year-old washing machine has just broken down. You're listening to You and Yours Radio 4.